Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story, a Build a Nation series from Cliftonville with me, Daniel. It's part 37 today and we are back for by far the biggest moment in the series yet again. It is our Champions League group stage debut. After a miraculous turn of events against Rapid Vienna, we are now into the group stages and we face RB Leipzig in the first game. It's Winter World Cup year, so we've got a pretty condensed European group stages, and it's Julian Nagelsmann who's still in charge there, which is going to make this a very difficult test. We've had a good start to the league season, although only 1 point clear after dropping some points last time out, and a bit more news off the pitch as well. So if you're looking forward to all of that, a momentous moment in a Build a Nation series, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily content from this series. News of our plans for the new game will be on the community page this week, as well as my Twitter page and over on Discord as well. So do keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you so much for your support and for popping in for the live stream this morning as always. I do appreciate it. And over on the podcast channel, you can see our Danske Bank Premiership predictions and a team-by-team guide for the real-life season, which has just kicked off. But let's go and have a look at our recent results with Cliftonville. We've got a little bit of transfer news to get through as well, some injury and suspension problems today specifically, and of course, 2 drop points in the league. Not the best start on that front. The Champions League group stage money has changed the life of this club. 18 million in the bank despite all those upgrades on the way. And we will now be back as we go to Windsor Park today to have a look at the transfer window. So, it ended pretty surprisingly. We didn't really do much more in terms of ins, just one loan joining us on deadline day. We loaned out loads of kids. No real first teamers. We tried to get a couple off the books, but it didn't work out. So in the end, the only addition was Jared Braithwaite. Now that's because we haven't got to pay any wage contributions. From Chelsea, a 20-year-old defender. Natural at centre-half, can cover in both full-back areas and in central midfield, and with 3.5 star ability, 4.5 potential, he becomes an immediate first choice, an absolute superstar. So here's one that we're looking out for. It's worth 17.5 million and we are paying nothing. And he must be good in the air as well. He's 6'7". He scored 4 goals in 7 internationals as a defensive player, and that's from set pieces, you have to assume. A really good player on the ball as well. He's a proper good addition. I'm really excited about him. We tried to move Ben Hall on, but no one at our level offered anything. So a few youngsters went to Queen's University and a few others to other second tier teams. The only interesting one perhaps was young goalkeeper Thomas Clancy. He's gone to Ballina Millard, who are in the top tier this year of course, and he's played 1 game for them now. I wonder if he'll improve a bit, playing there. In the top tier it should make a difference to him. We'll wait and see if it does. We've got our improvements coming along off the pitch. They're still gradually creeping by. Got a couple of months to go for the youth and training facilities. And we've got about 6 months left on the stadium. So it's all coming together nicely. And hopefully that'll be a big step up for the club. As a couple have mentioned in the comments, we're still chasing that Tunnock's Caramel Wafer Cup. I will feel like I failed in this series if we don't win it at some point. But we'll keep pushing for that one. And with Champions League group stage football secured, we can't really fail this season now. But if we have a look at the schedule, we did have one bit of disappointment in the league, and that was a draw at this very weekend. And worryingly, it's the first time in the league season we played our first 11, so that's something we've got to think about. But you were with me last time, of course, as we beat Rapid Vienna. We played Ballymena in between those two and won comfortably, and we did the same against Linfield the following Saturday. It was very late goals. Linfield held us off for 86 minutes. Danny Devine came to the rescue, committed a stupid foul. We were through 1-on-1, but we might not have scored it, and it could have finished 0-0. Linfield gave as good as they got, but Crawford scored the resulting penalty, and against 10 men, we nicked a late second with McDonald. A really good moment for us. A lot of the first team played there, but not a full 11. A 6-0 win followed against Inverness in the Tunnock's Caramel Wafer Cup, my favourite snack and yours. 2 hat-tricks, one for Adam Ida, one for a Sean Hepburn Murphy, as we were forced to rotate a bit due to the internationals, and then 2 cup games against low league opposition. Armagh away from home, apologies if I've pronounced it wrong, a 5-0 win as Sammy Wilson got a brace, Cal Naismith got a brace and Tom Lindley scored 1, and then 2-0 at home to Carrick Rangers. Again, a pretty poor performance. We've been lacklustre at times, but 2 goals, Glenn Middleton and Cal Naismith wrapping up things late on for us. We then drew 1-1 away at Dungannon at the weekend, and it could have been so much worse. As you've seen there, Finlay Robertson in the 93rd minute rescuing the day. Our full first 11 out for the first time in the league season, apart from McDonald, who was a bit tired. But it's very strong, and we managed to nearly throw it away. Marito Marçal with the goal for the home side. Gerard Little still working miracles there. The likes of Klukas and Brennan, our former players, still involved. And they were a moment away from victory. A brilliant goal in the end by Robertson, but it could have been so much worse. Maybe they're saving themselves for this one. You often see the lower league teams before FA Cup ties, they don't win in 2 or 3. I'm just hoping it's the same here. Because if we go and get into it, just the one game today, it is a massive one. Cliftonville v RB Leipzig. The other game in the group is of course Juventus v Sporting. Look at Celtic. 8-2 against Ajax. They must have improved. I wonder if they've spent big money or we just did really well last year. One of the two. If we have a look at the history... Oh no, they've spent 33 million in fairness. They've had a change to the squad. Got Kelechi and Nacho on up front. Good signing for them. But as we go in to play RB Leipzig, we've got to have a look at their squad, haven't we? Shall we see how good they are? They've still got the centre-half, who is much coveted across Europe in real life. They've still got Timo Werner here. Marcel Sabitzer, Danny Olmo. There's some quality in this side. Danny Rose is there at left-back. Nathan Redmond. Wow, interesting signings. So Timo Werner is one of the best strikers in the world. That's going to make things difficult. The centre-half, Dayot Upamecano. He's pretty good. In fact, it's almost perfect as a centre-half. Danny Olmo is top quality. Sabitzer, very solid. I mean, this is a new breed of quality that we're coming up against. Yusuf Poulsen, what's he like? Pretty special. And then the likes of Redmond and Danny Rose, we know all about. They're very good players. A little bit lost physically on Rose, but nothing too drastic. What a side they've got. Tanguy Ndombele I've missed in there as well. The Spurs man in real life, a very good player. There is absolutely no chance we're getting something out of this. We're fighting with Sporting for 3rd place, I think. But even they, like many Portuguese teams in these saves, have become very good. Not quite as many great youngsters, but the best one, Jose Costa, very special. And they've got some very good players again. I think this is going to be really tough. So let's just go and have a look at the lineup. Let's have a look at the media expectations. Only slight underdogs, and still not a sellout at Windsor Park. That seems strange. But as it is, this is the 18 we've gone for today. We're a little depleted, of course. Not ideal to have Adam Idar out. Not ideal to be missing others too. Nico Williams at right back being a key one. But we've got Bazunu in goal. McLaughlin and Kirk in the fullbacks with Branthwaite alongside McDonald at centre-half. Finlay Robertson, the weekend hero, alongside Matthew Smith. Now, ironically, he's rated 3.5 star. And Jake Kane already overtaken him. So that might change soon as well. We've got Harvey Elliott and Middleton on the wings, Connor Crawford alongside Hepburn Murphy up front, and a lot of work to do if we want to get anything out of this. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think the score will be? How do you think we'll get on? As we get into our first Champions League group stage game, we're just hoping to avoid embarrassment. If we can keep it respectable, I'm probably happy with that outcome. Well, it's a back 3, which is just going to make it harder because we're usually useless against this formation. They've got Werner in, Sabitzer, Rose, Olmo, all of the big names. Redmond's on the bench and everyone else is basically starting. So this is going to be difficult to say the least. 4-2-4 for us. I've no idea if we're going to have to go more defensive after the first game. My hope is that we'll be able to get on the front foot, just cause a little bit of a surprise more than anything, that we're being more attacking than they expect. But with weaker players in the side, it's not the great day to not have your first team available. I do worry a little bit. We're going to tell the lads to do what they can. We're going to get into the first half. And we've just got to hope we can hold them off for a while. Just 4 minutes on the clock. It's not going well. Sabitzer with a throw on the right-hand side. Cleared as far as Olmo. Back to Sabitzer again and out in Ndombele. Now, I've got a feeling we're going to see a lot of defensive highlights for us today. As Wolf picks it up to Werner, to Poulsen. That's a great strike. And he's not even one of the best players in this team. A good goal for Poulsen. Has great physical stats. Not so much for the finishing and the technique. But he made it look pretty easy there. Too much time on the ball. And with the first shot of the game, we're already behind. 10 minutes gone. Worrying signs. And with nearly 20 on the clock, it's very much the same pattern. Playing out from the back. I mean, Leipzig seem like they're comfortable. It's probably like a lower tier side in the cup for them. And they're doing it in Champions League group stage football. It's probably a dream come true for them. As Ndombele picks it up again. He's got a chance to switch right to Sabitzer. Chance to get to the byline. He's going to cut back, is he? He doesn't. Into Poulsen, who heads wide. And he had a free header 8 yards out there. There's so many things that we're concerned about. Although the stats are pretty level. 1 shot on target each. There's got to be some things we're pleased with. But in the midfield battle, we're just getting outplayed. As the centre-half plays it wide to Sabitzer. Into Werner, who's beaten his man easily. Goes through 2. It's a really good save, Bazunu. Branthwaite clears it and it falls for Middleton. A chance to counter, but we don't see it. As we've got a throw on the right with McLaughlin. A first chance for us, perhaps. Robertson to Crawford. McLaughlin again. Back to Robertson, to Matthew Smith. Chance to get it wide. He's got an overlap, but Robertson forced backwards. Matthew Smith then switches left to Sirkin. What a moment it would be if we scored. Cut back to Middleton after a block. He's got a chance to cross to Connor Crawford, the 18-year-old in the Champions League. This man does not know when to stop. Connor Crawford, the 18-year-old Northern Irish player, has scored against RB Leipzig, the German Giants. It is 1-1 with 25 gone, but it is straight back on the front foot for the Germans, as Branthwaite heads the corner away. Could you imagine if we got something out of this? Hepburn Murphy going down the line, Wolf intercepts to Werner, back to Sabitzer. It's good football, but we're holding our own here. We're not quite level or on par with them, but we're doing a bit. And we're fighting, and it's 1-1 with 25 gone. I did not expect it to be level. Hunchback to his keeper, Gulkazi. We've got to hope for a mistake back there. Out to the left wing back, Danny Rose. A player known well for English fans, of course. He's coming past halfway. Down the line to the left wing of Poulsen. He's got Werner in the box. He tries to find him. Does find him, and it's in for 2-1. Bazunu got a hand to it, but he can only tip it onto the crossbar. And it drops down over the line. As almost immediately, RB Leipzig restore their lead. 2-1 they lead, but we've put in an effort, and that's something we can't be upset about. Though it is a throw on the right again. A chance for them to break away here as Olmo finds Sabitzer. We don't want it to get out of sight too quickly. Harvey Elliott flicks the clearance on, but it only goes as far as Ndombele. And he's got a man at left back, but goes back instead to the centre half. Pressure on him, but it's long downfield. Poulsen to Werner. He shoots from miles out. It's just over the bar, but it's getting tense. We're going to demand more. Try and get that anxiousness out. As we've got a free kick on the right with Middleton. Into the back post. Sean McDonald scored. Can you believe what's happening here? Cliftonville 2, RB Leipzig 2. And again, aerially, we have caused problems. Great set-piece delivery, Middleton. And how are we level again? I knew that RB Leipzig would score goals. They would get chances against us. But we're really competing at the other end. It's such a surprise to me. As Danny Rose finds Wolf to Poulsen. We didn't hold on to our draw for long last time. I'm sure we won't this either. As Wolf's blocked to Ndombele. Back to Poulsen, to Werner. Back to Olmo. 25 yards out. They're just looking for that through ball. Goes to Sabitzer, who puts it wide. And with 10 to the break, it is all square. And we've come from behind twice. These lads just don't know when to quit. As Bazunu takes a goal kick to the left. Middleton loses out to Sabitzer. To Timo Werner. Over the right wing, he's got men chasing him, but he finds Sabitzer again. Back inside to Werner, to Olmo. Chance to play down the line, to Wolf, to Poulsen. Back to Ndombele. He's got 2 left, one of them's Danny Rose. Of course, his Spurs teammate in real life until recently. As Ndombele finds him again. Rose back to Ndombele. They just cannot get through this red wall. It seems to be getting bigger each time. As it switches right to Sabitzer. We're fighting so hard, but this is the breakthrough, I think, into Timo Werner. And a lucky deflection from the clearance falls for Werner. And he makes it 3-2. 36 on the clock. Certainly been an entertaining game. And we've given more than we expected. Good work from the lads. As we've got a throw on the right again. Nico Williams this time. In fact, Conor McLaughlin, I'm getting the wrong right back on. It's been lost to Wolf though. And it's a chance to counter for the German visitors. And Wolf's coming into the opposition half. He's got no pressure on him at all. And Bazunu has to make a very good save. Sporting Lisbon 3-0 down at Juventus in the other one. We're just the 3-2 down. And at half-time, that's a pretty good effort. I didn't expect to be within 1 goal. I certainly didn't expect us to score 2. And it's a bit of luck in the end that's got them ahead. So we're going to say we're pleased with the lads. And hopefully the second half will be just as promising. An hour on the clock. Don't forget, we're doing all of this without 2 key players. Matthew Smith's going to be replaced by Kane, which now apparently is an upgrade to our squad. Up front, Hepburn Murphy's been poor, but I don't think I can take both of them out. So he's going to stay on. Harvey Elliott, I would replace him with Noah Daly. He's out injured as well. So we'll have to leave that 5 more. We'll make the other changes in 10 minutes. 1 made for now. Jake Kane is on. And we've got a corner on the left for Middleton. In-swinging delivery cleared to Kane. In towards Crawford. The keeper comes and smothers. Really good work from him. 4-0 to Juventus in their game. Sporting look like they're going to be competing with us for 3rd and 4th. And if we can sneak into the Europa League last 32, good for the coefficient again, as Schlitt picks it up in the back 3. The spare man all the way back to his keeper as Middleton put good pressure on. It is a really good effort from these lads. I'm interested to see if we fall away late on, but so far it's been a really good effort. As Ndombele switches to Danny Rose. Inside to Wolf, but Finley Robertson nicks it and he finds Middleton. Over halfway to Hepburn Murphy. Oh, it's a great goal. Rashawn Hepburn Murphy just goes from distance. You think he's going to try and beat his man. You think he's going to try and get in the box. He doesn't. No backlift. Rifled into the near top corner. And the keeper had no chance. 3-3. As it's back to Ndombele again. We don't really hold on to these leads for long. Or these points even, I should say. But Robertson's got it away again. Hepburn Murphy releases Middleton. Suddenly we've got a 3-on-2 in the box. Middleton beats his man. Crosses for Robertson. Down again. It's 4-3. Harvey Elliott's put it in. Oh my words. Somebody explain this. It's Cliftonville 4. RB Leipzig 3. I don't know what to say. I don't know how it's happening. We're going to drop Cirque into a support duty just to give us a little bit of balance. But I don't quite know what's happening. I don't understand how it's happening. And I don't really know that I can believe it is. We're going to bring Mark Lyons on at left back. We're going to drop McLaughlin to defensive at right back. The same for Lyons on support. I mean, this is turning into a miracle. How on earth have we got ahead with 5 minutes to go? We're going to replace Harvey Elliott, the potential hero, with Tom Linley. He will play a Champions League group stage match. And we've got 3 minutes left as Wolf takes a free kick, well claimed by Bazunu. And we might well win this game. I really don't know what to say. I mean, even if we can get a point, if we only let him one. But Crawford's won a header. He's in again. It could be 5. Connor Crawford. He's done it. Connor Crawford has made it 5-3. I don't know what to say. The centre-half, one of the best in the world, has let young Connor Crawford in to make it 5-3. There are 5 minutes of stoppage time. I'm just going to time waste in case. We don't want any risks at the moment. But my words, I'm genuinely nearly speechless. How on earth are we in this position? Can someone explain to me how this is happening? A dream Champions League debut. Look at their team. Look at their team. Timo Werner, Ndombele, Danny Rose, Upamecano. Haidara came on in the middle. Yusuf Poulsen, who scored a screamer. Danny Olmo, the Spanish international. I don't understand. It is Cliftonville 5, RB Leipzig 3. A team that is entirely real players. Largely world-class players. I don't know. I really don't know. It's an incredible story. It doesn't really feel realistic, that result. But everything was done right. The tactic, maybe as I said at the start, that 4 men going forward, it just seems to scare teams because they can't commit as much as they would normally. They've got one of the best managers. They've got some of the best players worth 50, 60 million pounds. They're as good as that Roma team we played at the end of last year who battered us 9-2 or 9-1 on aggregate. I don't understand how it's happened. I really don't. And I know I'm saying the same thing, but I can't find a logical explanation. It's another £2.5 million. Connor Crawford, who in the air was beating the star centre-half, one of the most coveted players in European football defensively. I mean, if we go and have a look at his stats, I just want to have a look. Heading 14, jumping 15, strength 18, pace 19, positioning 14, marking 16, tackling 18. And little Connor Crawford has just leapt in and made him look like a baby. It's incredible. So, remarkably, after our first Champions League group stage game, we're somehow on 3 points. 4 days after, the same 11, pretty much, give or take, drew against Dungannon Swifts, which are a semi-pro side with semi-pro players. Something special is happening here. I said it last season throughout the European run. There is something in the water, because there is no reason that this should be happening. And I can't quite logically explain why it is. I can only say there's something in the water. There's something magic happening. And maybe those lads were saving themselves on Saturday. And after today's performance, do you know what? I forgive them for it. If we draw the odd league game before Champions League matches, so be it. Before the next couple, it will be reserve players. And we will be back either for the away game against Juventus or the home game. I want to try and get through a lot, so it might be the home game. And that's going to be a remarkable event, because after 3 games we'll have played Sporting, who got battered by Juventus in the first match day. And they're a side on paper that's nowhere near as strong as the RB Leipzig star-studded side that we just beat. Juventus, I mean, what can you say about them? Cristiano Ronaldo, 37 now, still absolutely world class. They've still got Dybala, they've still got Rabiot, De Ligt, Donny van der Beek has joined them, Dani Ceballos has joined them. Szczesny's still there, Alexandro's still there, Pjanic is still there, Aaron Ramsey's still there. We can't get something there, but they're not much stronger than the side that we just beat. We've beaten a world-class side with essentially a Championship/League One standard team. It is something I won't be able to explain for a while, but if you enjoyed that incredible game, that incredible performance, and 3 points on our Champions League group stage debut, please do put a thumbs up on the video. After a long day at work, this has certainly cheered me up. I hope it has you as well. Please do subscribe down below for daily FM20 content from this story all the way through to the release of FM21, where we will have plenty of news stories, plenty of exciting news to come, and you can catch up with that on the community page, on Twitter and on Discord. Please do check out the podcast channel in the eye above as well, weekly championship predictions and a full season preview for the Danske Bank Premiership. It just kicked off last weekend, I'm recording this in advance, so let me know how your team got on and whether it went well. Fingers crossed Cliftonville got off to a good start as well. But a massive thank you for watching this one, your continued support with the series as always. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time as we try and create more unbelievable memories. But I don't know what I'm going to do if I get any more speechless. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for Juventus.